Hitchcock said, what we need is a shot which shows everything all in one shot, so that we reorient the audience. He was always thinking of the audience. So what we had to do now was to get a high shot. Some people have called it the bird's point of view, but I think Hitchcock was right. He called it God's point of view, because it was an objective shot, so objective that it wouldn't be anybody's point of view.
The perspective of the gas station shot was laid out by Harold Michelson, who is a master of architectural and camera perspective, geometric perspective. So the whole shot was laid out very carefully for the camera position that was available.
We were on the top of the mountain where the Universal theme park is now. We were up there and we had set up a big glass plate. Albert Whitlock was the matte artist who was in charge of this. And we shot from the top of this mountain down towards the parking lot, and we marked off with white paint areas where people could run, where the firemen can run. And he proceeded to paint on the glass the black areas. So all the stuff that went on with the fire and everything, we had to keep in certain areas, and he painted in the whole town.
You have to also realize, too, that with a matte painting, with Al's technique, it was done on original negative, and that means that the original negative is preserved to the very end. It's not developed. So it's film that's never developed. So you only have one chance to make it right. Not like you go back and do it over again like we do today in the computer. You have one chance. Two sometimes, because we'd have two or three takes in reserve in the freezer. We'd take the film out, put it back into a camera, and add an additional exposure, which was a painting. And if something went wrong, that was it.
But if we were going to shoot a high shot down, we had to get birds underneath us.
They went to Anacapa Island to shoot the seagull part. And so the camera was set up on the cliff, looking down at the water, and they would chum the birds. Chum means that you would throw food out for the seagulls, and the seagulls would dive towards the food, and that's how he got the movement of the birds seemingly flying down to the gas station.
So we get a down shot on birds, and then rotoscope, that is, make a hand-painted mat for all these birds for each frame that they're in.
Rotoscoping is a method of tracing the outline of an object that you want to isolate from its background.
The rotoscope person was Millie Weinbrenner, and Millie, frame for frame, did mats and isolated those seagulls.